Now, polls to the People's Majlis, which is the parliament in Maldives, are being held on Sunday. In the fourth multi-party parliamentary elections, the archipelago nation will elect representatives from out of 368 candidates across 93 constituencies. As the Met Department predicts a rainy day in Malé, over 2.8 lakh voters will exercise their franchise at 602 polling stations, including 3 polling stations abroad in Colombo, Sri Lanka, Thiruvananthapuram in India and Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. The polls are being seen as a crucial litmus test for the incumbent president, Dr. Mohamed Muizzu's party, which has been under fire by the opposition for its policies. Further, the Brickway faction of former President Yamin is being seen to split votes of the ruling alliance. Dr. Muizzu's PPM-PNC coalition had won the presidential elections in September 2023, riding on an in-doubt campaign. The opposition Maldivian Democratic Party held the majority in the previous Majlis with 44 lawmakers. All right, let's go across to Colombo. Lead India's Dr. Ahmed Muin Faruqi is joining us to talk more on Maldives election. Dr. Faruqi, voting is on in Maldives and ballot boxes have also been stationed in the Sri Lankan capital, Colombo. But yes, first major political test for Maldives President Muizzu in parliamentary polls.
Yes, Abhishek, there's a very crucial elections, primarily not just because it's, a parliamentary election, but it's also, a kind of a referendum on the Muizzu government's policies, the stance which the government had taken, the anti-India policies and the pro-China, leaning of the government. So this is, a kind of how the people would respond to the kind of the policies the government had been adopting. So that's a major kind of a test for the government as of now.
And Dr. Faruqi, also since the run-up to the presidential election last year, Maldives' political landscape has witnessed considerable fragmentation. Tell us, what do you think are the major issues on which the parliamentary elections are being fought?
You see, if we look at the entire political landscape that has happened, that we have seen over the last 10 years, there had been issues which were being discussed with regard to the presidential versus the parliamentary system. And of course, the Maldivian Democratic Party had a split within itself when Nasheed had taken several of the lawmakers away and created a new party, the Democrats. That was the one major kind of a split. Now with Abdullah Yamin taking away a certain set of voters away from the PPM-PNC combined, there has been, a further split between the voters there as well. So now there are 8 major political parties which are in the fray, and it needs to be seen how the dynamics will work, how the voters will respond to the kind of scenario that exists now. But more importantly, what we have to see is that ever since the kind of derogatory comments were passed by certain government functionaries of Muizzu cabinet, the 3 deputy ministers, and the kind of response that was shown from Indian tourists, they themselves started withholding on the tourism going to Maldives. There had been a considerable slump in the number of tourist arrivals into Maldives, and now we have to see how people respond to it. The people of the archipelago nation, they respond to the kind of policies which the government has been taking. And anywhere these kind of political circumstances are never conducive for a healthy democracy. Now people have the power in their hands and they have to vote 93 representatives to the Majlis, and that will have a considerable say in the governance of the entire archipelago as of now.
All right, Dr. Faruqi, keep tracking this. We'll keep taking updates from you.
Sure.